Let's try and understand a bit of effect of temperature on solubility. Now, Lee-Chatelier's principle, I call it as stress buster. Let me explain it here. Now, in this case, an endothermic process is what? If we observe this is energy versus reaction coordinate. Now, enthalpy of reactant, enthalpy of product being high, HP minus HR is equal to positive del H. Positive del H means it's an endothermic process. An endothermic process means this much of heat it would be absorbing from this system. Alright. Now, like sodium chloride, potassium chloride, sodium bromide in water is an endothermic process. Means whenever you dissolve these salts in water, the system becomes cool. The entire solution becomes cool. Why? Because it's an endothermic process, because it absorbs this much of heat. Del H is positive. Alright, this I have explained in my earlier videos also. Anyways, now I call Lee-Chatelier's principle stress buster. So, when you are providing heat, now it's a cool system, so no temperature there, so no stress of heat is there. Therefore, whenever temperature of solution is increased, solubility also increases. It moves towards this direction, towards the direction of solution, forming solution. Alright, but in reality, we also find formation of solution of these salts are endothermic process. In spite of it being endothermic process, only slight increase in solubility is observed with increase in temperature. In case of potassium nitrate, when potassium nitrate, sodium nitrate are dissolved in water, that's also an endothermic process. Now here we find it follows Lee-Chatelier's principle very well. The solubilities increase appreciably with increasing temperature. Alright, why do I call it a stress buster? Wherever the stress of heat is there, it won't go in that direction. Here stress of heat isn't there, so when you provide heat, it will move in the forward direction. Alright, now let's check out exothermic process. Calcium chloride, sodium sulfate solution. When we add calcium chloride or sodium sulfate salt in water, it's an exothermic process. This is the profile where here this is HR, this is HP. Now when you do this HP, when you do HP minus HR, what you end up with is minus del H. That itself means heat is liberated in the system. So heat is there in the system. So making solution of these salts makes the system hot, or the water solution would become hot. Alright, so there is stress of heat. So obviously when you are providing more stress, that is more heat, when you are increasing the temperature, we expect these salts solubility to decrease, and that is what we observe. When temperature increased of solution, solubility also decreases. Alright, so that's about solubility. How Lee-Chatelier's principle is followed by the process of solution. Alright, endothermic, exothermic. Endothermic process, when temperature increased, solubility also increases in case of endothermic process, and in case of exothermic process, when temperature increased, solubility decreases. Alright.